What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to another video on high altitude investing. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about the dip that we saw in cryptocurrency and really going into whether I am loading in more capital on this dip and what I think the price action is going to do from here. But before we get started, if you are not a subscriber to my channel, make sure that you go ahead and do that. I really appreciate everybody that subscribes to these videos and watches them and shares them with your friends. Also, join the links in the description box for the Discord group. There is a free area and a VIP area where you guys can get ahead and get trading in these markets and start profiting a lot faster. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into what I think is going on, especially with the altcoin market cap as we're moving forward. So most everybody is on the smaller time frames here, and if you guys are actually looking at the altcoin market cap like on the 2-hour time frame, and then you see this massive drop, a lot of people are going to be like panicking and kind of scared because they've only seen upward price action for quite some time now, and now they're experiencing a correction, they're experiencing a drop. But you guys, I've been telling you that there's a potential for a 20% correction on Bitcoin. And I've really been watching for some type of a little pullback, at least, that we can put more into before it really takes off again. And so what I'm personally doing in this dip is actually going ahead and buying more crypto. Now, what I'm looking for is really for us to find support. We could easily find support anywhere up here at current prices. These dips can actually be pretty short-lived. It can be exactly like this dip right here. It can be exactly like just, any of these smaller corrections along the way up. This could be very similar to that. Or it can bounce up a little bit and correct down to this support level and then proceed to break out again and continue on the upside. But overall, you guys, the trend is very strong right here, and I really do not suspect us to pull back all that much. I think all these corrections are great buying opportunities. And if I look at the market cycles on a lot of these different coins on these smaller time frames, and I'm looking at LE wave counts, I personally think that we still have quite a bit of upside left in pretty much all of the altcoin markets and really across the board. Even Bitcoin, I think, will probably push up higher. Even Stellar already is starting to find its bottoms again, and it looks like it could be making a V bottom potential right here. And if we're using our Fibonacci levels, this is probably on like the 50% Fibonacci level. Yeah, it's on the 50%. So sometimes they can retrace to the 50% and then just go ahead and continue on their uptrends. And that wouldn't surprise me at all. That would be very common for a 4 wave. That would be treating this market pretty much as this whole thing right here being a 1 wave. We don't want to use the head and shoulders pattern. Elliott waves 1, 2, and this would be a 3, 4. And we'd be expecting that 5th wave with Stellar Lumens, which would be a 5th wave as well in a lot of the other coins. So I'm definitely expecting this dip to be bought up very quickly, very fast. And it's not only the altcoins, you guys, of course, Bitcoin. This dip will also be bought up very quickly in Bitcoin, I believe, personally. And there's quite a few different reasons for me looking at this and kind of seeing it as that opportunity for a buying opportunity. But really one of the biggest reasons, you guys, is if you go back and you look at the NASDAQ after the internet bubble, which basically looked exactly like this whole period right here. The internet bubble is almost identical. There's just some minor differences in market structure. Once we started the bull market, all of the corrections were more like this, you guys. All of the corrections were just pretty short-lived. And there was like a 30% correction, but it actually didn't happen until the NASDAQ broke the previous all-time high. So we saw kind of a bigger correction after we broke the all-time high, and then it came back down and did something like that, right? And that's actually what I personally think is a lot more likely with Bitcoin, with the altcoins, is that we actually go ahead and shoot higher again, and that this was just a quick sell-off to shake a lot of people out, get a lot of early bears trying to short the market, but really the market needs to push higher and then go ahead and then we'll see the actual bigger correction that could be like 30%. So that's kind of my view. That's why I'm personally buying up the market. That's why I see. And if you guys look at the bigger time frames, it really makes sense. I mean, if you go out to like the weekly time frame and then you look at the altcoin market cap, and then you kind of look at what's going on in these smaller time frames, I mean these bigger time frames, you guys can see very clearly that this uptrend is very, very early still, especially in the bigger time frame, that the dip looks very, very small, that there isn't a lot of reason to be panicking right now. I mean, there's a very, very strong uptrend forming all through this period right here, and all these pullbacks are coming back onto major support levels. We don't have massive resistance levels because we've already pushed up through this major resistance like right here until like the B wave. And then, of course, the all-time high. But overall, you guys, the market has a lot of upside potential, and all of the downside risk is very, very low. So I expect these corrections to be very short-lived, at least until we start to get up towards these major resistance levels. Then we might be able to get a little bit stronger of a pullback. But overall, you know, with XRP, with Stellar, all of the coins that I've been talking about recently, I just expect this market to continue. I think a lot of people are going to be shaken out right here. A lot of people will get scared. But overall, you guys, this is just another great spot to be adding into the position. I mean, if you look at this correction as well, this is a very nice ABC correction that happened on XRP. And as you guys know, as an Elliottician, I really, really like those ABC corrections, especially when they land onto major Fibonacci levels that could potentially be a 4-wave structure, because that means that we can have a 5-wave coming in the market. So I'm really, really excited about the altcoin markets. I'm really excited about Bitcoin. I'm really excited about the markets as a whole, you guys. Let's go ahead and check out the coinmarketcap.com prices and look over at the trends and check out what's happening on the trends, because people are going to be seeing some blood as opposed to all of the green that we've been seeing. And as you guys can see, Bitcoin is down about 10% right now. And this is really what I love to see. I mean, I love to have these buying opportunities. You guys have no idea how fruitful it is to buy when there's panic, to buy when there's blood in the streets, and then have the trend go right back to the uptrend and everybody be like, oh, wow, I thought that was the top. I thought that was the end of what we're supposed to see in the markets. But overall, you guys, this to me just looks like a very, very awesome time to be picking up more cryptocurrency across the board, whether it's your favorite altcoins, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's mid, low, high cap coins. There's a lot of opportunity across the board right now. I really have a few that I've been mentioning in my VIP group as well that I'm very excited about as we move in towards the last month of this year and into the beginning of next year. There's a lot of upside coming in the market, a lot of coins that I'm very excited about that I'm sharing with the VIP members. But even if you're not a VIP member, you guys, I share videos on here publicly. I also share analysis on my Twitter with different coins that I see a lot of opportunity in. So there's a lot of places that you can go ahead and get that content. The VIP is, of course, just the most directed towards my exact signals and what I'm personally doing in my portfolio, and of course the videos, the learning videos, and the community around that. But there's a lot of different altcoins right now, you guys, and as we move into the bull market, I want you to remember that as Bitcoin rises, the mothership, there's going to be money going into all of the different coins. There's going to be opportunity, but the name of the game is definitely to find the ones that give you the highest percentage gain, you know, like we've seen with Stellar, like we've seen with XRP, these coins that I've been talking about that have really been taking off quite significantly recently. And those higher percentage gains in those shorter periods of time are really, really nice. And that's what's available here in the cryptocurrency markets. But you have to know how to spot it. You have to know how to see them. And that's kind of what I teach you guys. And that's what I'm seeing with a lot of different altcoins. I don't want to get into exact details about which ones that I'm looking at to share with my VIP members later. But let me just say that there's a lot of different altcoins right now on coinmarketcap.com that have a lot of potential, a lot of buying opportunity. And I'm very excited about what we're going to see over the next little while in the crypto markets. So thank you guys so much for tuning in today's video. I really hope that you learned something, that you appreciated today's update. Like I said, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the cryptocurrency pump that we've seen and the correction that we're seeing right now. There's a great opportunity in it. Hopefully you guys had a good time, maybe with family over Thanksgiving or whatever you're doing over the holidays. And I really appreciate you guys tuning in today's update. Make sure that you share it with your friends. Join the Discord. Links are in the description below for that. And go ahead and make sure that you're a subscriber as well if you're not already. Thank you guys so much again for tuning in. And as always, stay profitable out there.